Welcome back. If you're like me, you want to get your ideal body, but you just may not have a lot of time. But don't worry, that's why I have fitness and nutrition experts Obi Abadike and Dawn Strozier here. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having us.
Of course. So tell me a little bit about what are some foods that we could eat on the go to give our body what we really need?
Okay, when it comes to having the body that you desire, 80% of what you do is what you put in your mouth. So the biggest mistake we make is we miss breakfast. Because we're busy, we're on the go. So this is my best friend. This here allows me to get the breakfast I need if I don't have time to cook as I'm on the go. So there's my protein. So this allows me to put protein in here, mix it with a little bit of water, shake it up, and I have my breakfast. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day, wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely. The reason why it's the most important meal of the day because it's a big portion of your breakfast has to have carbs.
Yes.
And you need to have energy to be able to function throughout the day. So if you don't have any carbs, you're almost like a zombie. That's why you should never miss breakfast whatsoever. And you got these beautiful, colorful things here.
Yes.
Why don't you talk to us about
One of my favorite breakfasts is an egg white omelet. It allows me to get all the nutrients I need. So egg white omelet, I use eggs, I use bell peppers, all the colors, onions, broccoli. These are antioxidants to help your body fight free radicals that keep us from being healthy. I put tomatoes in it, and good fats is important.
Absolutely.
Good fat is important because it helps your body to release bad fat. But again, when you're on the go, and when you're in a hurry and you can't do this, you have a food in a bottle.
Elvira, a great nutrition tip that I always share with people is that at least half of your meal should have at least fruits and veggies. If you can just think that, have that in your head, you'll never go wrong whatsoever. So obviously we got the bananas, we got the strawberries. You never go wrong with that stuff.
And Dawn, can you teach everyone about the importance of having 5 to 6 small meals a day versus having 2 to 3 big meals? I know when I was working with you back in the day with Steve Harvey, that was actually his biggest mistake because his complaint was that he worked too much, he didn't have time for 6 meals a day, and this woman came in and put him in shape and made him 50 and fly, and she taught me how to eat too. So I want you to teach everyone about that.
It's really important. Eating more frequently throughout the day allows your metabolism to stay at an all-time high. So it kind of looks like this. If you eat at 7 o'clock, you're up, you're alive, your body's moving. 7 o'clock, right? 7:15, 7:30. 8 o'clock, go to sleep. You eat again, it wakes up, it's alive. 9 o'clock, 9:15, 9:30, goes to sleep. You eat again, it's up, it's moving, it's alive. So what happens is when you retrain your sluggish metabolism to eat every 2.5, every 3 hours, your body ends up staying at an even keel. So again, either carry your food with you. I have the perfect bag I carry with me. When I leave the house, I have all 3 of my meals there. I have my protein drink. I have my snacks. It keeps me eating on the go and giving my body the nutrients it needs to be successful.
And that's a great tip. It's so important to figure out a meal frequency that works for your body. Whether you have 6 meals or whether you have 2 to 3 meals, it doesn't matter, and it's not going to affect your weight loss versus weight gain. So figure out a meal frequency for your work schedule, for your body, and just for the amount of time that you have, and you're good to go. Whether you get 2,000 calories in 3 meals or 6 meals, it doesn't really matter versus weight loss versus weight gain. So just figure it out for your
But let's
preference.
be honest, it's so hard to count calories. Are there like any apps or anything that you guys would recommend?
Any apps? You know what's so funny in terms of technology and stuff? I think the biggest thing is just portion size. That's the thing. People don't understand portion size. Smaller plates, making sure you're measuring your meals, okay? Weighing yourself, weighing your meals. Like I always look, for example, for a portion size is the palm of my hand. Not a Michael Jordan hand, by the way. I got some big hands.
Yeah, so I was going to say, your hand
but a
and my
good
hand
size.
are a lot different.
I actually got bigger hands than Donald Trump, actually. He talking about I got big hands. But anyway, you wanna look at your hands. You want to make sure that your hands are it's a good size, and I look at it, my hands is basically portion size. So if I'm basically making some oatmeal or I'm making some fruits or some veggies or whatever, if I put it in my hand, that's considered a portion size.
Because remember, counting calories isn't realistic to life. So whatever you do, you want to make it so that it's realistic, something that you can do. So measuring the palm of your hand or a clenched fist, we can all do that, right? We can do that and keep moving.
Yeah. So let's talk about what we all want to know is how do we get abs like you guys? Do we have to work out all day, every day?
The thing about it is that people think that abs is about doing 1,000 crunches a day, and that's just not true. Like all of the things that we're doing, all of the things that we're talking about here is so important to get the abs because abs are not made. They're not made in the gym. They're actually made in the kitchen. You can't reduce your body. You're not going to reduce your body fat levels doing 1,000 sit-ups.
For nothing?
No, they're fine. They're fine. You're building muscle. but you're also building muscle underneath the hibernation of fat. And the only way to melt the fat is through eating healthy foods and also doing a total body circuit training to help you reduce your body fat levels.
Makes sense. So now if we're on the go, we have school, we're a single mom, we have a lot to do. What are some simple exercises that we could do in our office or in the car?
You want to walk over here and show you some stuff?
I came prepared.
You want that? Okay, I'm going to show you some simple exercise, some great body weight exercises, is high knees, okay? High knees is just very, very simple. It's almost like you're running track like you were Usain Bolt, and it's just like this, okay? And this is a really great ab exercise just right here. You're moving your arms. You do this for about 15, 20, 30, about 20, 30 seconds, just like this. Pump them up, okay? All right, so that's the first exercise you can do. Another exercise you can do is called jumping to the side, all right? It's a very simple exercise, just like this. Okay, using your arms. Jumping to the side. It's a good cardiovascular exercise. Nice plyo exercise. All right, just like that. Very simple. All right?
As you can see, I'm not going this fast. It's okay. It's okay.
So another exercise we can do is mountain climbers. Dawn, she's shown me that. And you're going to get down on the ground just like this. All right? Get down.
Come on, Elvira.
Let's do it.
Make sure your feet are together. And it's almost like you're almost like cycling, just like this. Okay? Just like that.
Okay.
All right? Moving.
Oh, I can feel it already.
Forward, all right? You got that? All right? And take your time with it. You don't have to go too fast, just like this. And I guarantee you do this about 20 to 30 seconds, you're going to really, really feel it. Great cardiovascular exercise. Make sure you're breathing. Inhale and exhale. Go ahead, Don.
If you don't want a mountain climb, you can hold a plank. Tell them about holding
Absolutely. Go ahead. Show us that.
Holding the plank.
You can hold the plank.
Tightening your abs.
Right.
And your quads and your glutes. Squeezing. Putting your mind into your muscle.
And
Believe it or not,
and by the way,
a whole lot's happening right now.
By the way, if you can't do a plank, not everyone can do a plank. This is the modified version for someone that can't do a plank. All right, and you're still working.
I could do that one.
And then you can gradually build up to that. So there's always a modification to any exercise you do. Another great exercise is doing old-fashioned push-ups. Not everybody can do push-ups. All right, we're in a plank position. All of a sudden, you put all your weight on your arms just like this. Go all the way down. All the way up. If you can't do that, then you do, people call them the female version. I don't like calling them that because I think that's sexist. It's a modified version push-ups. You get on your knees just like this, and you go all the way down and all the way up. And this works your triceps, this works your chest.
Yes.
All right, just like that, all the way down,
There you go.
and then all the way up, just like
Perfect.
that. Perfect. All right? So those are exercises you can do. You really don't have to go to a gym to get in phenomenal shape, all right? I'm already breathing hard already. These are some simple exercises you can do. I'd say no more than, if you can exercise a minimum of 30 minutes a day, 3 times a week, you're good. The American Heart Association.
3 times a week? That's
Three
it?
times, minimally, minimum, not
Oh my
minimum.
gosh.
The American Heart Association recommends that for a healthy heart.
Right.
So
Wow.
it's, yeah.
Fantastic. Okay, so one last thing.
I'm not saying if you do 3 times, you're going to look like me and look like her. But you know what? You started somewhere, right?
So I know a lot of people are trying to get their gluteus maximus
Right.
to
Everyone
get
loves
built.
the booty.
Yes.
Right? Don, what's a good exercise to do, like when you're in the office or whatever, to like
One of
build
the
that
best
area?
simple exercise is squatting. Squatting will do it. Squatting, sitting back into your heels, glutes as low to the ground as you can, coming forward, bring your hips forward on the way up. Squatting back, sitting into your heels, coming up, pulling your feet forward. Now notice when I'm sitting back as though I'm going to sit in the chair. And then I'm coming forward, my hips are coming forward. That's one of the best exercises you can do. And when you can put some weights in your hand and do it, that's how you build your glutes.
Ooh.
Put some weights in your
Okay.
hand and squat, sit back, come forward, and up.
Did you hear my knees? Like, no, this ain't for you.
Another great exercise is same thing. It's another squat position, but it's called squat stance.
Yeah.
Where you're just basically going to go in a squat position, and now you're just going to hold it just like this.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
And how long?
I'll say about 30 seconds.
Here we go.
Just hold it. Just hold it like this. And when you hold it, you're going to feel this right in your core because everything is engaging right now. Your quads, your hamstrings, your calves, and in your core. So right now, this is almost a total body workout, just holding it just like this. So yeah.
You guys are in
Working,
shape.
ladies.
Clearly, I'm not.
If you really want a butt, and you don't want to buy a butt, by the way, these are exercises you can do.
Wonderful. Thank you guys so much for being here. I know I learned a lot. I hope you guys learned a lot too. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
Welcome back. This is our Ask Elvie segment where I'm going to be taking questions from the audience regarding love, relationships, career path, and I'm going to do my best to give you the information that my mentors would give to me. So Gabe, who do you have out there?
All right, first thing we got, come stand on up, dear love. Tell us your name and what are you studying?
My name's Linda Sue, and I'm studying business economics at UCLA.
What does that mean? I'm messing with you. What's your question?
So I've been dating this guy for 6 months, and when we're alone, he's really affectionate and loving. However, when we're in public, he will kind of ignore me and brush it off and act like we're just friends. Like one time I was at the supermarket with him. I tried to go in for a hug, and he just totally backed away. I'm trying to see if I'm being a bit too clingy, or should I talk to him about it? Should we break up?
Elvie, my man is playing on me and I don't know what to do. What should I do?
Exactly. The first thing that I would tell you is to really think about what he's bringing to the table. And if he's bringing more negativity than positivity, then that's sign number one that you don't need to be with that person. When you're in a relationship and you really love someone, you want to tell the world about them. You want to show them off to the world. So if at any moment someone is trying to hide you, the first thing you should think is because there's somebody out there that might have that same man. So what I would do is put on a piece of paper, see if this guy is really for you. And if, let's just say that there are more good things than bad things, then I would say have a conversation with him, let him know that you don't appreciate these things, let him know how it makes you feel when he does that, and hopefully he'll change, or you're gonna have your decision.
Hey, call me, okay? Thank you, love. Thank you. All
All
right,
right, what else
ladies.
do you have out there, Gabe?
Let's get in formation. Stand on up. What's your name? Oh, hold on, wait for the mic. All right, what's your name?
My name is Kim,
What you studying?
economics. My question is that I'm starting to think college isn't really for me, and I'm considering dropping out, but I'm not really sure if I want to. And I was wondering if you could tell me how your college experience affected you in the long run.
Yeah.
Elvie, I'm wasting my parents' money and I don't know what to do. Help me out.
Okay, so the first thing is I would say whatever it is that you want to do in the future, sometimes you do need degrees and sometimes you don't. Obviously, if you want to be a doctor, school is not an option. You have to go. But let's just say, for instance, you want to be a business owner or you want to start to create shoes or whatever it is. You don't necessarily need several different degrees for that. All you should potentially do is to go seek out mentors who have already done what you plan to do, shadow them, work under them, and after you work for them for a few years and you feel like you have their model, then go off and do what it is that you want to do. So I guess my ultimate answer to you is school doesn't have to be for everyone, but I would say that it's a good starting point. For me, I have 2 degrees from USC, and although I'm not a criminal attorney or a judge, I will tell you that it helps me tremendously in business because now instead of having to send my contracts to an attorney and pay all kinds of money, I'm able to read my own contracts, I'm able to amend them, and all of that good stuff. So for me, education is always key, but it's not absolutely necessary. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Gabe, who else?
Yes. Do you have a question? I don't know where I'm going. Who's right here? All right, you. Right. Stand on up, and then I'll get you. What's your name? Where you from? And what you studying?
My name is Lamar Greenwood. I'm from Chicago, Illinois, and I study sociology.
He's a socialist. He's a sociologist. What does that mean, dude?
I mean, you pretty much just study like the interaction of people in social settings. So,
That was the best answer I've heard. All right, go ahead. What's your question for Elvira?
so my question is, I really like this girl, right? And I want to take her out. However, I'm kind of balling on the budget. So I was wondering if you have any suggestions for a first date that doesn't break the bank.
Yeah, absolutely. I've gone on some really amazing dates that I'm sure didn't cost them anything because we went to the beach or we went to a nice park or something where you could do like a picnic. Dates don't have to be very expensive. What women really care about is are you paying attention to what I'm telling you that I like? Are you paying attention to things that maybe necessarily you don't like to do but you want to do for me? That's what we pay attention to. So it's not always about the money. It's more about your intentions with that person.
That was awesome. Her man isn't acting right. You can do that. Swoop in
What else
on
you
in.
got, Gabe?
Oh, we got one more. What's your name? Where you from? And what you studying?
My name is Hannah. I'm from Corona, Southern California, and I'm studying European Studies.
She's studying Europe.
Nice.
Yeah.
What's your question?
I have a question. So my boyfriend, we've been together for 2 years, but he recently moved abroad, and he's become very distant, and He's tagged in a bunch of pictures with other girls, and I'm wondering if you have any advice for me.
It's like the writing's on the wall, dude. Sorry.
My advice is break up, honey. I think everybody could see that coming. Long distance relationships just don't work. I remember when I was living in Atlanta and my boyfriend had to relocate to LA because he got a job opportunity. And the next 6 months were just complete chaos for me. And what ended up happening is we just had to separate because it was just too hard. And at the end of the day, you have, depending on what you do for a living, you want to have a person that's home, that's there, that's going to help you through difficult moments. You don't want someone that's 3,000 miles away that you could just FaceTime. So my advice to you is to find someone local and say adios.
That's Spanish for goodbye. Double major.
Thank you, guys. Do you have any more questions?
No, it's all good. Back to you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you guys so much for being here. It's a wrap. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you. Follow us on social media. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and use the hashtag The Elvira Guzman Show.